Good day and welcome to the dining room table. Babies at a daycare overdosed. Sad, sad situation. One baby passed away. My condolences to his family and to the babies fighting for their lives. Prayers for them. The mayor called this emergency meeting because if you have babies in daycares in your city dying from an overdose, that is a problem. He has his team here. He has the head doctor for the city, the chief of detectives. He has his NYPD commissioner. Let's hear what happened, what's going on. How does a baby? Let's hear from the mayor.
Good evening. I am Mayor Eric Adams, and I am here in the Bronx at Montefiore Hospital, joined by Police Commissioner Caban, First Deputy Commissioner Kinsella, Dr. Fasan, the Commissioner of Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, and Chief Kennedy from the Detective Division. We're here to give you a briefing on a terrible incident that took place earlier today with four children who appear to have come in contact with an opioid that led to hospitalization for three of the children, and one child is DOA died from this interaction. Commissioner Caban will give an overall update, and Chief Kennedy will give the preliminary information that we have available at this time, and Dr. Fasan will give the overview on these types of substances and what was the role in inspections that took place with Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say our thoughts and prayers with the family at this time. Tonight is every parent's worst nightmare. Our children are a gift from God in this world. They're innocent. We must always protect them. As a father, I can tell you, my kids are my heart, and my heart is heavy this evening. As we stand here in this hospital, one baby has passed away, one fights for their life, and yet another is still under medical care. I don't know exactly what happened to those babies. My chief detectives, Joe Kenny, is leading the investigation and will get us those answers. And he will share what he knows at this moment. But for now, there is one thing I do know, and that is we should not be here. These children do not deserve this. So please pray for them and their families. I will now turn it over to our chief detectives, Joe Kenny.
Thank you, Commissioner. At 2:43 this afternoon, we received a 911 call for three unconscious children at 2707 Morris Avenue here in the Bronx. This location is a daycare center named the Kingsbridge Heights Community Center. Here we found three children, two males, 2 years old, one female, 8 months old. All three children were unresponsive and demonstrating symptoms of opioid exposure. Narcan was administered to all three of these children in an attempt to save their lives. Two children survived, unfortunately. One male, 2 years old, passed away at Montefiore Hospital at 3:29 p.m. Additionally, we learned that another child, a male, 2 years old, was removed from this same daycare center earlier in the day at 12:15 p.m. Once home, the child's mother noticed that the kid was acting lethargic and unresponsive. He was brought to Bronx Care Hospital, where he was administered Narcan, and his life was saved. The NYPD executed a search warrant at this daycare center, where we discovered a kilo press. This is an item that is commonly used by drug dealers when packaging large quantities of drugs. This is an active criminal investigation. The children involved are three males, 2 years old, one female, 8 months old. One child was brought to Bronx Care. Three children were brought to Montefiore Hospital. 207 Morris Avenue is a licensed daycare center by the state of New York. It was last inspected September 9th of this year. where no violations were observed. This investigation is ongoing.
Hello, I'm Dr. Vassan from the Department of Health. As a doctor, as the city's doctor, as a father of 3 small kids, as a New Yorker, my heart's breaking tonight for this family that's lost their precious 1-year-old son. I'm here today to talk a little bit about what we know about the site at which this event happened. This was a home-based childcare site under the official authority of the New York State Office of Children and Family Services. The Department of Health and Mental Hygiene conducts inspections on behalf of OCFS and inspected, as Chief Kennedy just described, inspected this site as recently as September 9th and found no violations. This is a new site, was opened in January of just this year, had its routine inspections, 2 in the beginning in order to get its license, and 1 surprise visit that was the September 9th site, and no violations were found. I want to talk a little bit, secondly, about fentanyl and opioids in general. We've heard a lot about fentanyl. We've prioritized the overdose crisis in this administration's mental health plan because we know it affects everyone. And tonight, that's been brought home to bear in this challenge we face. A small child, not someone we would think would be at risk of interacting with opioids, has come into contact with a powerful substance, which can, through either inhalation, ingestion, or in touching of the skin, intoxicate the recipient. We don't know what happened in this case, and as the chief said, there is an active investigation. But what it tells us is that the overdose crisis affects all of us, which is why it's an all hands on deck public health moment. So once again, our hearts go out to the family for their loss.
Thank you. And as Chief Kenny stated, this is an active investigation, and we are going to find out the cause of this incident. And to the families, this is clearly an impact on us all. To lose a child and just listen to the ages of these children, and speaking with the mom and dad a few moments ago and seeing the pain that they are experiencing is something that all of us as New Yorkers are experiencing, and all of us who are parents. This crisis is real, and it is a real wake-up call for individuals who have opioids or fentanyl in their homes. The mere contact is deadly for an adult and is extremely deadly for a child. We are really sending out a message to all New Yorkers, but specifically those who have these substances inside their homes. This can have an impact on your family and an impact on your children. Our hearts break for these families that are involved. We will lift them up in prayer, and we will get to the bottom of this. And I want to thank the quick response by the New York City Police Department